You might remember the case. There she is behind me. She sent one guy, according to police, 159,000 text messages after going on one date. Her trial starting today, and you're going to hear her in her own words trying to explain herself. Jacqueline Addis is her name. She's facing a felony stalking charge, a couple of criminal trespassing charges as well. Let's give you a sample here of what police say Addis was sending this guy as, again, one date here. Here's what she said. You do whatever you have to get here. Don't ever try to leave me. I'll kill you. I don't want to be a murderer. She tried to explain all of this in a jailhouse interview. Here's the jaw-dropping exchange.
Because in a lot of people's eyes, they see this as weird.
That's because they're selfish. And if you're selfish, you can't understand that. Because you want something in return. He's not giving me anything in return, and I still love him anyway. That's what love is. That's what the universe is supposed to be made of.
Jackie, some of those messages don't sound like love. They sound like threats.
When you're finding love, not everything is perfect. This was a journey.
Should he be afraid of you?
No. No.
If the victim's watching, what do you want him to know right now?
Victim? He's not a victim.
Okay, the person that
I love.
Yes.
What I want him to know? That I love him.
Are you going to leave him alone?
If he wants me to.
Has he asked you to leave him alone?
I don't want to talk about those things.
Wow, pretty telling there. Joining us now, criminal defense attorney Jay Abt. So you hear, obviously, let's be honest here. You hear that, you see her mannerisms. She's got some issues. Yeah. Is that the starting point for your defense on her?
Yes, so it must have been a great first date.
Yeah.
But my defense, if I were representing her, the first thing I would do is ask the court to find her not competent to stand trial. Try to avoid a trial entirely. There's a legal standard for that. You've got to prove that she doesn't understand the court proceedings or that she can't assist me in the defense of the case. If that doesn't work, then you fall back to a trial, an insanity defense. The problem with that is Arizona has one of the highest standards in the country for insanity. You have to show that the client, that the defendant did not understand that what she was doing was a crime, didn't understand the nature of her activity, and you have to show it by clear and convincing evidence, which is a very high legal standard. It's such a high legal standard that it was challenged all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, and Judge Roberts, the Supreme Court, said, no, Arizona's fine. We can live with that standard. So you've got to get expert witnesses, psychologists and psychiatrists, to get up on the stand and say, this woman is crazy. Find her not guilty by reason of insanity. The problem with that is Arizona doesn't even have that. They have guilty but insane. So it's a very difficult uphill battle.
Yeah, uphill battle on a number of fronts. Some more facts and figures for you guys at home. That 159,000 texts, that's 500 texts a day for 10 months. And more of her verbiage, she referred to him as soulmate. And here's one of those, well, I don't know if she's calling him a threat. Sure sounds like it is. I'll turn your kidneys into sushi. And then I think goes on to say, I'll use your fingers as chopsticks. Yeah. I mean, are you like showing that to a judge or a jury going, here it is?
I'm showing that to my experts who are forensic psychiatrists, and then I'm having them testify to the judge or ultimately a jury that this woman is legally insane.
Okay. How are you painting a picture of her as dangerous? I mean, she went to his job and said, I'm his wife. She got into his house, was taking a bath in his house while he's out of the country. Oh. Are you saying this isn't just kind of humorous, some of the stuff she's saying, it's dangerous?
Oh, no, she had if I'm a prosecutor, she had a knife with her when she came to his house. But as a defense lawyer, you know, again, this is a huge, you can't argue, by the way, in Arizona, temporary insanity. So that's off the table as well. And, you know, as a last ditch, if you can't win an insanity defense, then you've really got to throw yourself on the mercy of the court and say, Judge, you know, she did all this, but she's mentally ill, clearly. Even if she doesn't meet that very high standard for an insanity defense, she needs to be in a mental hospital, not in a prison.
Yeah. Yeah, she sure seems like she needs some help here. So let's say that. She walks into your office, wants you to represent her. Are you, Jacqueline, let's just plead for mercy here and let's get you some help. Is that your,
no,
what you're telling her?
The first, plan A would be not competent to stand trial. We get experts to testify that, and that avoids a trial entirely. Plan B is to mount an insanity defense, to use it as leverage with the prosecutors to try and get a deal whereby she goes to a mental hospital and not a prison. And if we have to go, if we can go to trial with that, that's great. The problem is, statistically speaking, nationwide, about 5% of all insanity defenses are successful in front of a jury. That means you're going to lose 95% of the time. So really, the plan C is we go directly to the judge and say, Judge, have mercy.
Yeah,
clearly, this woman is disturbed. Luckily, no one was hurt. She's got no prior criminal history. She's got mental health issues. Can we put her in a mental health hospital, not in a prison?
Yeah. She needs some help. Let's see if she gets it and how this all plays out. Jay, good to see you.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Appreciate it.